Alright, back with, I think, what is the 6th installment of the storage unit, a large comic buy. I spent a long time there today going through a bunch of boxes with a friend of mine. We think we did about 40% of it. We kind of got carried away. We only were going to do a little bit, and then it was just, you know, you find one thing, so you want to do the next box, etc., etc. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show you some of the stuff we picked up today. Now, I want to apologize. First off, I know I promised to do that box of Batman stuff. There is some Batman in here. I will get to it. It'll be the next thing that I conquer, but I just couldn't resist with, you know, what I dug up this morning. So anyway, here we go. There is Miracle Man #1 Jack Kirby cover. Showcase Presents 97 Power Girl. On the cover there, we got a few of those. I know we found the other issues that went with this. We brought back about 1,000 comics that we deemed the good ones, so that still has to get sorted. I'll give you a quick pan in the end there. I know we found a couple of these, but this is the first Hawk and Dove Showcase 75. This thing's, there we go. Madame Xanadu #1. Found a pretty decent good pile here of Dark Knight Returns, book 4. Whoops. More book 4. Actually, I think I lied. I'm sorry. That's book 3. Book 4 is the final confrontation here with Superman. Book 2. And book 1. Also, copy of The Killing Joke. Excellent story. Brian Bolin. This one's a first print. You can tell by this vibrant green coloring here. This one is a third print. It's orange. I believe this book had like 11 or 12 printings. Really can't go wrong with any of it. The cover doesn't change. It's still phenomenal. It's still a great story. Let's move this shenanigans. I wanted to show this as well. Found a couple graphic novels in there. This is Batman Year 1, Frank Miller story. We showed the individual issues, I think. I'm not sure I showed them or not, but I found them. Found the complete Frank Miller Batman leatherbound. So it's a great book, you know. It's got the 4 issues of Dark Knight Returns. And not even sure what else it's got in there. Let's take a peek. There's Dark Knight. Oh, and it's got Batman Year 1. So, all the good stuff. Found the Batman Dark Knight trade paperbacks. If I remember correctly, this one is the first print. I remember having this as a kid. These are other printings that came out of it later. Okay. Found more copies here. Strange Tales 69, the first Brother Voodoo. Now, I know I showed one in a previous video. It was probably the highest of these copies, but found 4 more copies of that. I actually did find the box that contained the Strange Tales. I just kind of grabbed these. I'll pull out the Nick Fury ones and stuff and show them another time. 78, 79, 81, oops, 81, and the Gamora issue 80. So those are good. Now I think we found more of this than I have here. I know it for a fact we did. I think we found 5 copies of this today, and I know we showed one in another video. So when I find the other ones, I'll air them as well. But the first Tigra, again, giant-sized creatures. Yes, here it is. It makes it in every single video, but, well, what can I say? We found one more today, or if not more than that, but at least this one. Again, first Nightwing, origin of Deathstroke. We found a box of Suicide Squad. I just kind of pulled out of it. Issue 23. It's the first Oracle, where Barbara Gordon is in the wheelchair. 48 is just got a good Batgirl cover with Joker. Same thing with 49, so I just snagged those two also. Thought we had the number 1s in this pile, but I guess that'll be in another video, but we did find a significant amount of those. The suggestive, I guess I should say, Action Comics 457. Found a few of those. Action Comics 595. First Silver Banshee. Really like this cover. I was super happy to get it in a buy I did a while ago, but now I've got 4 more of it. I just thought this is really no significance. I just think Supergirl's 70s outfit is so hideous that it's actually enjoyable. Supergirl 408 and Supergirl 402. Just thought they were kind of funny. Here is the second appearance of Mongrel. It has a Supergirl team up on there. DC Comics presents 28. 3 of those. And luckily, to go with 3 of those, we found 3 of the first appearance of Mongrel. So, there you have it. I was hoping this next book would have been lurking in there, and it was. DC Comics presents 26. First appearance of 3 of the Titans, Cyborg, and Starfire and Raven. So a great book to have. Hold on. Wait a minute. Just thought this was something a little different. Grabbed them. They're comic books with records in them. So you can get the actual full issue of the comic. This happens to be Planet of the Apes, a book I do not particularly care for. But in the back, there's a record. So I found a few different Planet of the Apes record issues. A Man Thing, Death of a Clown. Tomb of Dracula, and all of them have the record. It's pretty cool. Frankenstein, Curse of the Werewolf. I think this is Werewolf by Night number 2. What the cover is. Spider-Man with the Man-Wolf. Incredible Hulk. They would have waited an issue or 2. I think this is like Hulk 179, if I remember correctly. So you could have had 181, but it's pretty close to that. And another Hulk. I don't even know what this one is, but thought that was a little different. All right, hold on. Last pile. All right. Just an early new team of the X-Men Marvel Team Up Annual 1. I'm sure there was many, many copies. I honestly don't even know how this snuck its way in here to come home with me. but it's a cool issue. I was hoping to find this also, Action Comics 521, first appearance of Vixen, getting a lot of hype recently. And look, it's got Aquaman. So, I mean, really, we all know that's the reason it's really hot. This whole Vixen thing. Whatever. Oh, and there it is. This is the one I really wanted to find out of this whole thing. I thought, like, come on, this is a bunch of books from the 70s. You got Man-Thing, got Howard the Duck. Night Nurse, #1. It's actually a very rare book to stumble upon. And I found 2. And #2, The Thrilling Adventures Continue of Night Nurse. These books are pretty clean. I don't know why, I just really like them. Night Nurse 3. It's actually probably my favorite of the Night Nurse covers. Night Nurse 4. Adventures into Fear 19, the first Howard the Duck. Now, I really would have been surprised if this book wasn't there because of the amount of Howard the Duck product that's there. We found boxes of the Howard the Duck magazine, literally the same issue, just a full box of it, 100 issues of it. 100 issues of the Marvel Treasury with Howard the Duck, tons of Howard the Duck comics, and then, as I've shown in the other videos, all those Man-Thing comics. So I'm like, well, this has got to be there with all the Man-Thing and Howard the Duck stuff. And it was. And there was 3 copies of it, which actually, surprised there was only 3. But there it is. I know in all the other videos I kept showing the first appearance of Nightwing. So we actually stumbled on first Deathstroke the Terminator here. I think we found 3. I don't know where the third one is. I'll show you in a minute all the boxes we have to still look through. But there's at least 2 of them. 2 of this. So the first appearance of the Silver Age Penguin. It's actually a pretty awesome cover. Inhumans 1. A few of those. Again, I know I showed it in a previous video and kind of thought we'd find more ones, so there they were. I don't know if you guys are, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. This is actually an awesome issue. G.I. Joe 21. It's called Silent Interlude is the name of the story. The entire book is done with just panels, no text. Snake Eyes doesn't speak as a character, so it's basically his secret mission to rescue Scarlet from Storm Shadow. It's a cool book. Sometimes this book is in very high grade expensive, sometimes it's not. They've satirized this cover on Deadpool before. This book is actually a 3rd printing. I don't know if that's better or worse for it, and it's in shape. So, but I am actually happy to find this. I found a big box of G.I. Joe. It's the only book I took out of it, but it's the only one I was really looking for. This kind of shames me to even be pulling out. It's Sleepwalker, dude. So anyway, Sleepwalker's hot right now. Here he is. To me, this other stuff around it, way cooler. This is Sleepwalker. So, okay, there's a few Batman here. This one just has other Batman covers on it. It's normally what the 80-page giants do. They retell stories. So I'm guessing this probably has Batman 181, First Appearance of Wolverine. Just kidding. First Appearance of Poison Ivy, but it is 181. Now here's the book that I think we're going to get the most reaction from out of this video. Honestly, when my buddy and I stumbled on this, our brains didn't even process what we were seeing. Like, we saw it, we recognized it, and we're like, oh, this book's hot, you know? And Batman 227. Don't forget, guys, ROM 35 has the same cover. Check out ROM 35. But this one, pretty clean. It does have that crease down in the corner. Aside from that, super happy to come across this. I mean, out of everything that I think we're going to find in that entire buy, this is the one of the books I think is just the neatest. And there's two of them. This one has, some wear on the top. I think that's just something that needs to be scratched off the cover there, but awesome. 221. I just really like the cover. Batman's hiding on a gargoyle with the townspeople seeking him out. 177. This one here, as told, is thanks to Lightning. Is actually the one who cued me in on this. That this is a second appearance of Ra's al Ghul and second appearance of Talia. Again, it's a pretty cool cover. There's a couple of those. Batman 203. It's got the specs for the Batmobile and Batcave and stuff. And again, I will get to the Batman books. Sorry. Marvel Team Up 95, First Mockingbird. Teen Titans 16, First Captain Carrot. Nothing super major about this, just kind of neat. Deathstroke the Terminator 1 and second printing of 1. Avengers Annual 10, first appearance of Rogue. This one is not in the best shape. And then I always kind of like to show the crazy volume products. This time, that book happens to be, well, we got a couple runner-ups here. She-Hulk, #1. Kind of an undervalued book, gaining a little bit of popularity. She-Hulk, #1. I want to say there's like 25 of those. This is actually pretty good timing to stumble on this. It's the last box I looked at before we left. Avengers #181. Antman movie coming up. First appearance of Scott Lang Antman, I believe, or Hank Pym. I don't remember, one of the Antmen. Anyway, a slew of these, and they're super, super clean. So it's probably at a time when the store was over ordering, and this just went straight from the shelf to a box. So they're all in really nice shape. Not the best shape for this book, but still. Showcase 37, the first Metal Men. And I was going to show this. This is just nuts to me. So here's Peter Parker, which we already looked at in another video. Spectacular Spider-Man #1. And it's just all Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man #1. You guys know how many comics fit in the short box, around 100, 150 or so. So there's a lot of Peter Parker #1. Now it's going to get dark in this part of the garage here, but this is the other boxes that I brought home. A lot of little mini TV guide size comics here. Some odd, here, let's Femme Fantastique. I am sure this is not licensed. It has to be. Anyway, guys, that's all for now. I will continue to make more videos. But, dude, it takes a while to bag and board this stuff. Talk to you guys later.